So essentially this sets up all the available, and you would have just tons of these, and we've just reduced it to one for, say, clarity for one thing, but you'd have tons of these things that accumulate over time that would give, that you could, for new ones, you don't need to even know that when you send to somebody you've already sent to before, as you're about to see. Go to the friendly names. For this, just the amulets themselves, where you're limited, you probably have to type in a thing, you give it a friendly name. I can't read any of that. It doesn't look very friendly to me.
Good.
No.
But
Why not?
Yeah.
Glasses.
this thing seems to be, I mean, it's
That looks cool.
Okay, anyway, but trust me, so you have, you get to assign the names, the description, you can edit them, there's a friendly editor, there's an editor you can edit. You want to launch that form, and it's just it takes, click on one of those, there's for the hive, you have the idea of the hive, the content in which, the container in which it lives, that tells you who the owner of these amulets is. And there's some information you can assign to there, and then you see who
Is this the user experience we're seeing?
this is somewhat of a user experience. It'll be better. This, you're actually looking at some stuff here. Some of this will be online, some of it will be, you have to look at desktop version of everything here. And I'm an old style Windows MSC coder. I would apologize, except it's made me about $150,000 a year for 30 years. Other than that.
I was I really like to actually get it and use it, right? Is there, and I like to send stuff to a fraud, I like to send stuff to Mark actually using it and testing it. Is there any way we could do that?
Well, if you're, we're going to go through the presentation what we have today, which is an active development, and if you're, the problem that we have right now, we only have Windows.
So you're not on mobile right now?
No, we could do, if Windows Phone was still alive, which is not. The problem that we have is I'm just a Windows developer. I'm just a Windows developer. We have, you're looking at the developer that's done all this, right? I mean, this is the guy, right? So I'm a Windows developer. So the problem we have is who's the sender. If the sender's on the Windows box, yeah, well, they can do this all day long. We're very happy with it, right? But
Sorry, did you say you're the only developer for this?
we don't have money to.
No, but you are the only person who's got all the source code, everything in your brain, or is it back?
Oh no, we got it backed up.
Okay.
450.
I asked the same question, I think, when you met him.
Yeah, we got it. You got to store it.
Right away. Make sure he doesn't trip.
Bodyguards are out of
that. He's like, all right, good, I got that spot.
We got backups in Brigham, Minnesota, we got backup Central Island, we got backup in San Diego, 2 locations. And we got, you're about to have a backup here.
But I'd like to figure out a way we can do that, because when I was in the DoD, I would never give a recommendation unless I physically used it myself. So I want to be able to, I have to go in, because I want to see if it's that easy to me to figure out to send stuff to.
Yeah, and we do have, I mean, you can have what we have now.
I
We can probably put it,
want to test it, Mark.
we can give you install it, we got a hardware, we can install it.
I'm a Windows, you can send it to me.
Yeah, mine go.
Yeah. But you're gonna have that problem, who you send it to has to be capable. We just, we just have to run
Let's test it.
application.
I think we've asked, at least from my side, I've asked enough questions for Scott, we wrote them, it's actually recorded, so don't look at that when you go home. I want the videos to see.
I'm gonna be Ted Kaczynski sitting in Montana in a thing somewhere. I'm gonna say, look at this
Tracking
video.
my habits,
Say,
if I can put something on my laptop and track area, look, see, I know what you're doing now.
Okay, so basically here we have, so essentially, let's close this out, but essentially the user or the content provider are free to edit each other's, get a local thing, there's one stored with the amulets, which is the referential, but the guy can code it to.
So this is all file-based, right?
This part of it is, yeah.
But I mean, generally, Amulet is all file-based, or you can do directories as well and stuff?
But
Can you project
There's
a
no
whole
limits.
data structure on it?
we could, okay, the answer is yes, but it's somewhat self-defeating.
I was just asking the scope of it.
Yeah, right now what we do is we funnel everything to what we call a docking directory for management purposes. We would like to see that maybe on the cloud or wherever it's all.
So I've used Amulet to protect my document or set of documents, and I get hit with ransomware.
That's one of my questions.
Which,
Good question.
That's one of the questions I was gonna ask.
What are you gonna do now?
well, if it's our stuff came into the world ciphered. It will leave the world enciphered, and anybody does anything, they can do whatever they want to. You would have the process of.
Well, I mean, they're basically saying, okay, now we've encrypted it, and I'm like, okay, I don't really care because it was encrypted ahead, but do I have another copy somewhere that I can say,
And
yeah,
therein
how many
lies the
Bitcoins
magic.
or Litecoins or whatever coins you're gonna ask from me, which
What's that?
Maybe the ransomware attack.
It's-
Whatever alt
It just
points.
flickered and
Oh,
talked.
did we lose it again?
Okay,
Because the value of ransomware is only when they're, because there's, you know, they're encrypting whatever you're driving.
yeah, for our purposes, the beauty, if there is one, and what we do is you can have as many copies of anything that you want, which obviates that problem. I can make, if it's assumed, that it's protected with AMUmail.
I got another question. So I'm using Google Drive, right? And it's synchronized to my desktop, and I use AMUmail. What will happen to
You actually can
my-
find with Google Drive, if you pay for the premium, and got the versions of files, because once, it's a standard backup, we've had this digression. but-
No, my question is, I know my backup is there, because that's why I use it
No,
for
no,
ransomware.
but even versioning, file versioning is the solution, but if they got a version, it's a bit.
I use it basically for ransomware. I don't care if somebody gets that guy Google Drive, I can just download another computer. I don't care about my information. It's already stolen. Nothing to hide anymore. I can honestly, it doesn't hide. But my question was, because he's doing local. All the encryption or ciphering is local. So if I have a backup copy of that Google Drive, how would it work? Because they're taking a local environmental print.
The RAM drive.
It can't
Well-
take a print of the cloud.
Yeah.
No, there's something you need to
Or
understand.
you take,
You're in full control of which of any of these 10,000 criteria you specify.
But for the average user, 10,000 is way too much, right? I mean, we
Understood.
got it down to make it simple.
We
Where it's
have
a
the idea of these
template
criteria families, when you see
So,
GPS there.
People are going OneDrive, Google Drive, right? That's getting very popular, right? So it's actually fantastic stuff. I mean, and we didn't use it in our work. It's fun. I
You
lost
get
my
access from all your devices, which is amazing.
Yeah, I
You did it if you
mean,
could-
the kids have crashed their computers and are restored really easy. I mean, it's so simple for us to do. Like, this is beautiful. All I gotta pay is $2.99 a month, and I have everything back.
The key, at the end of the day, is though, again, the content provider wanted you or gave you permission to, it could be on multiple devices, perhaps, but not. At the end of the day, we're access-based. So the question is, at the point of access, when you're accessing that digital asset, are you on the device you were permitted to have? All the rest of it's immaterial, because that's the question that's gonna be
Right.
asked.
Device space.
Yeah, it is, if you chose, you could specific types of device tag, for example. But you could also sit there and say, no, all I care about is a MAC address in this range, or the manufacturer, or because all my laptops are made by Dell, and they have to have sequential, they have sequential MAC addresses. Or you could sit there and say, no, my content provider is AT&T, and I happen to know all of their IPv6 addresses are in a certain range, so I'll constrain it. There's a huge variety of things that you can do.
An end
And
user
they're
won't
all.
know that.
Pardon?
An end user won't know how to pick this.
Well, but he will know if you sit there, just like you do, when you go and you do a reverse lookup of an IP address, you go to the web, it'll tell you who the owner of that domain is, all right, an ABC domain, or whatever, right? What I'm saying is, we provide the user a set of drill down things. How finite do you want it kept? Right? So, if the user doesn't have that knowledge, they don't have that.
I guess it's sort of feeling like it's like letting the user pick their own password, and then how do you know they're gonna pick a set of criteria that results in adequate security, which is why very often today, you don't let them pick their own passwords, because it's hard, it's a pass, you know, it's
And
hard to
we're
do. And it's
prone
unfair
to-
to ask the user to do that.
Right, and we're prone to whatever environment criteria, I will, because I don't wanna remember too much, I will pick the same every time.
But remember, you don't have to remember anything. I mean, the whole point is, this stuff is being inventoried. What's available to you is being inventoried all the time and presented to you.
So, I'm gonna go out on a limb, Scott doesn't know this, we'll go out on a limb that if you attach cozy to it, because one of our premises on identity is we're device independent. We believe humans are device independent. Why the hell would you be tied to a device? That's the most stupidest thing, because everybody does device footprints, right? Well, it's just, look at the device, you can spoof it, you know, you can easily spoof devices. So part of our design is to be device independent with the human, so. And identity plate would be a kind of a cool thing with that, because then only the identity of the recipient and sender is validated and be able to get that. I do like the keyless approach. Okay, it's 11 and you're behind, so I'm just kidding. Interesting. Any questions on this?
Okay, yeah, and I need to answer, we have answers.
You know, there's gonna be a lot of time for questions and answers, even when you guys are back in San Diego. I think that what I would like to see is Mark get a chance to experience firsthand what it is you've
Yeah, we
got,
need to,
so you can.
let's get.
Here's what I was gonna say, is because I know you were asking a bunch of good questions and we never got back to. Can you send all your questions to me, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna compile them and I'm gonna send them to you, and I'm gonna have everybody in the email.
Great.
Coordinate with our email me or.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got all my questions already.
Okay, but you know.
You did? Did you get them all answered?
If
No, I said I
questions,
forgot all my
oh,
questions.
well, you forgot, what if new ones pop up?
We need my age, you didn't do it.
Because you started talking about keyless and we didn't really finish it.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I wanted to go down, as well as the man in the middle.
We'll coordinate.
Yeah, just send them all to Bart, and I'll include you, but I wanna.
Well, it's still.
If
I'm
you
not
send
gonna
them all
say point of
out.
contact for
But
only
this,
because.
so the question on keyless, yeah, let's talk about, I mean, if you, yeah, whatever, you gotta go, you gotta
Can
go.
we
So-
get through this though first, because
Yeah,
I do want to
fine.
address, because he was interested in having a demo of what we can do, and we can at least show what that is, and then. see.
Great.
And then I wanna physically
You
use
don't
it,
get-
obviously.
Would it be easier to see it on that screen, on your other screen than versus this? That's a pretty big screen.
Yeah, we just don't have enough cable.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, but, okay, let's get run through, then we can do this,
No, I was waving to the,
oh.
Steve. You walked by.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, let's,
I might be able to, I might look at the screen.
okay,
I'm blind.
let's go ahead and, let's go send an email. Let's just get Pat,
This is virtual braille, buddy, this even, that's.
Okay, now, go ahead and, pick somebody. Right now, we're just in the generic, public environment, and we're gonna send it, email. Go ahead, since you're in my thingy, I think, go ahead, put my signature on there, so we have some eye candy.
Certitude,
Just, you just type, if you just type in C, no, don't do that, just use mine, okay? Just make it simple. Okay. Just use, Scott here at outlook.com, I don't care if you see this stuff. I don't have a life. Well, I have. I don't have the kind of life that you guys find interesting. Okay, so, go ahead and type in some subject there. I can't see where you're sending it from, you sent it from?
From, AMUmail.
Yeah, don't do that, you do it from the Scott Ewer at Certitude Digital. Let's just keep it simple, because I don't want to be fighting on it. Okay, so,